Hi everyone, and welcome to Organic by Nature. Now before I dive into this week's video, I would like to say thank you to all the people who saw my video on plastic straw pollution. We got over 100 views, which means somebody other than my mom is watching. So thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for the support you guys have been sending me back. You guys are amazing. And if you haven't watched it yet, and this is your first time finding the channel, I'll put a link down below so you guys can check it out. Now, the main concept behind Organic by Nature is to leave you, the viewer, with a sense of empowerment and a positive mindset of knowing that you can change the world. So for this week's video, I would like to tell the story of a normal person who, just like you and I, saw a problem in his community and decided to do something. Something that led to some pretty amazing changes. John Collette was just a normal guy living in Baltimore who worked on ships in the Baltimore harbor. And according to an article written by honeygrow.com, every day on the way to work, John would have to walk past a sea of floating trash that would overtake the harbor after every rainstorm. Day after day, John would have to walk past floating cups, empty bags, styrofoam containers, and cigarettes that were being carried in from the Jones Falls River. Now, if you're like me and you've never even been to Baltimore, you probably don't know how dirty the harbor actually is, but after doing some research, it didn't take very long to realize how bad the pollution problem had gotten. According to the Baltimore Waterfront Report Card, the Baltimore Harbor, out of a total of 6 different categories in regards to pollution levels, received an F in 5. The categories included fecal bacteria, chlorophyll, meaning there's too much algae in the water, nitrogen, which tells the city how much stormwater pollution is coming from land, meaning fertilizer, doo-doo water, and oil, which finds its way into the water, as well as receiving an F in water clarity and phosphorus, which again has to tell the city about the fertilizer and animal poo and wastewater flowing into the water. They did, however, receive a B in oxygen, so that's good. And to give you an idea what this means, in 2016, tourists who were visiting from Chicago were videotaped jumping in and swimming in the river. Locals were so blown away by what they were seeing that newspapers actually wrote articles about these daredevils who are swimming in the water. And instead of turning a blind eye to the problem and glazing over his eyes as to not get depressed by the growing pollution now taking shelter in the harbor, John decided to do something. And so with a spark of inspiration and a doodle on the back of a napkin, the Mr. Trash Wheel was born. Other than having one of the coolest names alive, the Mr. Trash Wheel is all business. Managed by the Waterfront Partnership of Baltimore, Mr. Trash Wheel sits on the mouth of the Jones Falls River and collects trash before it flows into the harbor. Using only the current from the river and solar panels, this googly-eyed river monster has been steadily cleaning up the Baltimore harbor in a spectacular fashion for the past 3 years. Since 2014, Mr. Trash Wheel has picked up over 600,000 water bottles, 700,000 styrofoam containers, and close to 10 million cigarette butts. It works like this. Water is carried downstream or floating trash is funneled using these long booms which feed floating debris into the mouth of Mr. Trash Wheel. As the trash collects, it is put on a conveyor belt and then dumped into a trash bin, which can easily be removed and replaced. In fact, with the exception of the removal of the trash can, Mr. Trash Wheel runs completely by himself. Yep, he's all grown up and completely independent. John, you must be one proud parent. And let's face it, the fact that there's googly eyes on this thing makes it one of the coolest inventions ever. I can't think of a situation where googly eyes don't make the matter better. Well, let's try it. Take Mark Wahlberg, for example. This music heartthrob turned actor? Well, now he's Mark Wahlgooglyberg. How about this corgi? With its tiny legs and adorable face, there's no way this thing could get any cuter. Well, allow me to introduce you to the Corgoogly. Wait, I got it. How about this one? Ready? How about everybody's favorite potato? Well, now he's still a potato. Okay, so maybe not everything is better with googly eyes. But funny eyes aside, the Mr. Trash Wheel is an incredible invention that has steadily been helping the Waterfront Partnership of Baltimore and the community reach their goal of making the harbor swimmable and fishable by the year 2020. Take a look at this photo taken by Adam Lindquist from the Waterfront Partnership of Baltimore. To the left shows what the harbor looks like after a rainstorm before Mr. Trash Wheel was installed. The right shows what the harbor looks like a year later after the trash wheel was in place. And as it turns out, Mr. Trash Wheel actually has a couple of other family members as well. Allow me to introduce you to Professor Trash Wheel and Captain Trash Wheel. And what an amazing story. And to think it all started with an idea and a desire to act, which is the main thing I'd like for you guys to take away from this video, is that we're all capable of doing extraordinary things. Our potential is limitless, And just like John, all it takes is that strength to act on that potential and achieve great things. Because it's up to us, the everyday people, who are going to change the world together. So go on and get on out there and make the world a greener place. You can do it. I believe in you. You're the champion of trash, the sultan of sustainability. You're the recycling crusader, the chancellor of cleanups. The next great invention is out there, waiting for that spark of inspiration. So go out there and be that spark. Well guys, thank you so much. If you could all do me a favor and like and subscribe to the video. Also, if you have any questions or comments, or if you guys would like to see any certain videos made, I'd be happy to do it. Go ahead and put it in the comment section. Now, I'll also put a link to the Waterfront Partnership of Baltimore as well. They're doing some amazing work on that harbor. So guys, go ahead and check them out. It is just fantastic. I've never been to Baltimore, but I really want to go and check it out one day. The Mr. Trash Wheel is actually one of the inspirations to start this channel. Also, Adam Lindquist, I used a couple of his videos, so if you guys want to check out his full 6 to 7 minute videos about Mr. Trash Wheel, the crazy stuff they find, and some more of the mechanisms working, I'll check that out and put it in the link as well. So thank you guys so much again, and have a great day.